Good afternoon, dear students. Thank you so much for joining in. Vignesh sir, can we start with a day 2 for the technical training for students for FED? So I also want, sir, you provide support to the students with respect to the project thing. We can do it later on. I'll be there in the call itself. The last 15-20 minutes, we can discuss about the project as well. But to start with the session, we can start with the content only.
Sure, ma'am, we can start.
Yeah, we can start. I guess we have around 700 plus participants with us. Rest will join in some time. So I think this is a good time. I've already started with the recording. We can start with the session. You can share your screen, sir.
Okay. Ma'am, shall I start or shall I wait for a few more minutes because I can see count is getting increased.
I think Vignesh, you can go ahead. I think Madam mentioned they will be
Okay.
joining. Yes.
No, sure. Thank you. Okay, students, good evening. So this is day 2 FED section for front-end development. So after a week, we have connected back for this session. So in previous session, we have seen HTML and CSS. So let me start with questioning you, like what are all the topics we have seen in the previous session in HTML and CSS part. So in HTML, we have seen basic tags, how to use those tags. We have seen how to create table. Um, then small things we have seen, right? As well as then when it come to the CSS part, how and all we can add the CSS, what are the priorities we are having, hierarchy we have seen. Then what are the different ways we can assign CSS, whether you want it in internal or inline or external CSS. Those things we have seen in the previous section, right? So similarly, in today's session, first we are going to see about the JavaScript part. Okay. So in JavaScript, any idea about the JavaScript? Is chat section enabled for students, sir?
Okay, I will do that. They can ask in Q&A section. It's open. We will do. We will enable.
Okay. Okay, students, I think the chat section is enabled for you, I guess. Okay, someone has in the Q&A section, it has written as it is a scripting language. Okay. Select background programming language used to reduce. Yes, so we can say JavaScript as an scripting language. So if you know JavaScript, we can use it for both front end as well as back end also. Okay, some of the syntax alone going to change depend upon whether you are using it in the front end or in the back end, but remaining the basic concepts are going to be the same. So here, as we are dealing with the front end part, so we are going to see what will be the syntax for the front end and other things. And it is very lightweight, so it will be very faster to compute. Okay, so we call JavaScript as an object-oriented programming, or object-based scripting language. Okay, so it is lightweight as well. So it is not a compiled language, but it is a translated language or interpreted language. So why we are saying it like that? Because it will execute the code line by line. Okay. So when I say translator, it isn't embedded in the browser itself. So it is responsible for translating the JavaScript code for our web browser. Okay, so based on your browser, it will automatically able to translate it. So for every browser, you will can able to run your JavaScript program directly also. Okay, it doesn't mean that you need an HTML file. We can directly type some code and we can execute and check as well. Okay, so that is another advantage of JavaScript. Okay, so where and all you have seen, what can be the applications of JavaScript. It is used to create dynamic web application. Okay, we can say we can use it for interaction. Okay, because in HTML we have seen it is going to be the structure. When I say HTML, it is the structure of my program, right? And when it comes to CSS, so it is going to be the styling part. Similarly, for JavaScript, we use it for interaction. Okay, some animation effects, pop-up, everything you're seeing, right? Even client-side validation. Some of the applications are client-side validation. Means if you are filling a form, okay, every time the details doesn't need to be sent to the server. and from the server side there should not be any validation. So from the client side itself we will set some validation. So what it will do is, if you are not filling any particular field, okay, you have missed out some of the required field, means immediately it will throw some error or warning it will throw. So that and all done by the browser side, which is client side validation we used to say. Then dynamic drop down menus. So if you want to create some dynamic drop down menus, we can go for the JavaScript. Then what we can do, so we can control the date and time feature as well. Okay, so suppose you want to control display some date or time in your web page, means we can use this JavaScript. And mostly when you are going to some anonymous website, you'll be getting lot of pop-ups, right? Some advertisement it will be displaying and you have to click on the close button. So most of this pop-up will be designed by the JavaScript language only. So if you want to create such kind of pop-up for your web page, then you can go for the JavaScript. So to display pop-up windows or dialog box, okay, alert message, e- everything can be done by the JavaScript. So any other application that you are using in your browser? Sir, I think chat is still disabled. Can you enable it for the students?
Yeah, I asked Anusha to enable.
Okay.
Anusha, ma'am, are you there? Because she is the host, I am unable to make it.
Oh, okay. It's okay. So
They can ask in Q&A section, no, if they have any questions.
yes, yes. Some of them are typing in Q&A.
Okay, I will make it as soon as possible. Vignesh,
Okay.
you can carry.
Sure, sure. Fine. Then, with the help of JavaScript, it is not yet limited to only for the web application. So we can also use it for, creating games, arts, even some of the smartwatch applications we are using JavaScript. Mobile application, we need some of the features, web servers, server applications. So there and all also they are using this JavaScript language. So if you know JavaScript alone, we can able to learn lot of other frameworks like Node.js, Express.js. Lot of things are possible with the help of this JavaScript. Even I told you about the frameworks, right? If you having a framework like reading React.js, Angular, everything comes under the JavaScript only, like React or Angular or Vue. Okay, so any framework you can take with the help of the JavaScript. So let me just remove all this. So I have simply created one HTML file. Okay, so inside the HTML file itself, we can able to run our JavaScript program. So where and all we can place our JavaScript is, again, similar like CSS, we are having three different ways. So one is either you can use it as inline JavaScript or internal JavaScript or external JavaScript. Okay, so when I say inline, inside the tag itself, we can use the script method and like for example, if you want to create a button and if I click that particular button, what action it has to perform. So those things can be given in the inline part. When it comes to internal, for CSS, I have told we have to put that style tag in between the head tag, right? Inside the head tag only we have to give the style tag. But when it comes to JavaScript, we have to use script. But one advantage is we can put the script tag either in the head section, or we can also put it in the body section. Okay, so right now, if you want me, we can put it in the head section itself, and we can also mention the type as text slash JavaScript.
Yeah, 1 second, Vignesh. Are you presenting your presentation?
Yes.
No, it's not visible.
Oh, okay. Let me share again.
Yeah.
It was visible for me, Chanvaswa.
It's not visible for me. Students also, they were unable to visible.
Okay,
They,
it's not visible for them also. Okay.
oh,
No, they are saying it's visible.
okay. Some of them,
Maybe
they
maybe
were.
network issue.
Okay, maybe because of some internet glitch, it can
Yeah.
be. So now it is visible for all, right? Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
now
getting a
it
lot
is
of.
visible.
Okay, okay, thank you. So once again, I will say, so the script tag which I have mentioned here in the line number 7. So either we can put that script tag in the head section, or if you want means you can put it in the body section as well. Okay, so most of the project, whenever you are creating a project or a big program, so what they will prefer is they will try to put the script part in the body section, that too in the bottom. Okay, they will try to place after completing all the HTML part, they will place the script section in the end of the body. So why they are doing is, one reason is when you are trying to render like load your web page, what will happen, it will start from the beginning, right? That time in the header part, if you are putting a lot of um, code in the JavaScript, which requires some input from the user, or it is taking some time to execute each and every animation which you have used, that time our page loading time will increase, and it will show like our page is not properly aligned, some glitch like that it will show. So to avoid that, what they will do is they will try to place the script part in the end. So what will happen is, first all the HTML part will get executed, so you will get a proper output. Then slowly it will go to the JavaScript part, and it will start executing it line by line. Okay, so when it's executing line by line, even if it is taking some time to finish the entire code, it will not be visible to the client. Okay, the user which is using that particular website. Okay, so to avoid those delay, we will go for the body tag. We will place the script part. Right now, we are not going to do that much big code in our program, so we can simply keep it in the head section itself. Okay, this is internal CSS. If you want to use it as an external CSS, sorry, external JavaScript, then what we have to do is we have to create another file. For that, you have to give an extension of .js. Okay, then how we have linked our CSS file, similarly here also in the head section we have to link that particular file reference. Okay, either in head section or body section. Then you can go to that particular JavaScript file, and if whenever you are typing the code in that particular file, it will get executed in your HTML page. Okay, so you can use any method. Fine. First, let's start with the basic. So how to create a variable in a JavaScript. Okay, so it is an implicit dynamically typed data type, which means you don't need to specify the data type of your particular variable. Okay, suppose if you are storing a particular value, if I'm saying x is equal to 10, so automatically it will take the data type as numeric or integer data type. Okay, similarly, if you are creating y is equal to hello, so it will automatically take it as a string data type. So you don't need to specify what type of data it is. Right now, if I execute means it will get executed. But if you want to create a strict JavaScript code, then you have to specify the type as well. Okay, For that, we are having three different ways. Okay, you can specify it as var, let, and then const, which is constant value. Okay. Now, let's see what are all the difference between using var, let, and then constant. So if you have any idea what is the difference between var and let, because constant you might have known, like it will be a fixed value. But what will be the difference between var and let? Var is a variable. Okay. Then okay, let global variable. Let is the latest one of declaring variable, right? So before 2015, we had only one keyword, which is var. Okay, we use only the var to create a variable. So after 2015 only, let and constant were added into our JavaScript. That is one answer correct. Okay, then what can be the difference? So suppose if you are using var, okay, I'm creating var x is equal to 10. And later I'm trying to change the value of x. So here I'm changing the value of x. Just I'm updating the value with different data type. It will accept the value. So you can able to rewrite or update your value in var. Okay, one thing. And another thing is, in case in your beginning of your program, you have given var x is equal to 10. Somewhere in the middle of the program that you forgot that you have already created var x is equal to 10. Again, you are redeclaring. Okay, again, you are trying to redeclare that particular variable. Okay, it will accept the redeclaration also. But if you are using instead of var, if you are using let, then what will happen is we can able to update the value, like we can change the value any point of time in our program. But what is not possible is redeclaration is not possible. Okay, we cannot able to redeclare that particular variable again. So let me show you. Like here, I have again and again given var x is equal to 10, var x is equal to hello. Automatically, it will get updated to the new value because I already told you, right? So it will execute line by line. So in the first line, I am saying value of x is equal to 10. And in the second line, I am saying the value of x is equal to hello. So what it will do is current value of x. If I'm trying to print the current value of x, then it will print only hello, not 10. Okay, so that is the updation as well as a redeclaration happened here. Instead of var, if I'm going with the let, okay, I'm saying let y is equal to, okay, some value I'm giving. And I'm changing the value of y equal to something else, okay, some world. Like that I'm changing means it will accept updation. But if I'm trying to redeclare the same variable, see the moment I gave the let in front of y, the variable name, what happened? Automatically you can able to see some underline it is showing. Okay, it is because of the text editor it is showing. So if you keep your cursor in that particular error message, you can able to see cannot redeclare block scoped variable y. So one more information also you have got that let is a block scope variable. Okay. Yes, let and cons cannot redeclare, but we can Redeclare with var. Okay. Yes, redeclaration is not possible both in let and constant. When it comes to constant, we cannot able to update the value also. In some cases, we want to keep the values as fixed values. Okay. In that case, we can go for this const method. So when I say const, okay, name. So I'm giving the name as Edunet. Later in my program, it will not allow me to change the value of this particular const, as well as it will not even allow me to redeclare the variable. Same variable name, it will not accept for update as well as redeclaration. Okay, it will simply throw you the error. Okay. So depend upon what type of variable you need, we can use accordingly. So most of the cases we go for the var, which is something common. In specific cases, we can go for let or the constant. Okay. It like basically you want to know means always use const if the value should not be changed. Okay. The value should be fixed and nowhere in your program it should not be changed means you can go for that. Always use const if the type should not be changed, like if it is not an array or an object, because array means you will be adding some value, you will be modifying the value inside the array. So in that cases, don't go for const. Okay, then if you are going for the let, okay, only use let if you can't use const. Okay, and only use where if you must support older browser. Okay, if you are for older browser also this program has to get executed means then we can go for the var. Okay, and you know how to create a variable, right? The name should be you know it can be letter, digit, underscore can be given, but it should not start with a digit. We can use dollar and underscore in the beginning of your variable name. Okay, these are all common things for creating a variable. Sir, if we didn't use anything, it will run, sir. Yes, if you are not using also, it will run. Okay, that doesn't mean that it will not run. But for strict JavaScript, why we have to write a strict JavaScript is if you are going for the framework, in that case, we cannot directly give X, Y and all. So in that case, we have to specify whether it is a var or let or constant that has to be specified. That will be a mandatory. Okay. So for that only to have a best practice, we are giving this var. Okay. To make it strict, what basically they will use is they will use a keyword called use strict. If we are giving that use strict means automatically it will ask if you are not giving the var me or let or constant means it will throw error. Okay, so that is why we are giving this var and all. Okay, in case if we forgot also, as per now it is not going to throw any error. Okay, so let's create some simple variable. And you already know about what is local variable and global variable. So when I say local variable, it can access only between the blocks, right? When I say global variable, we can able to access it maybe inside the function also you can able to access them. Okay, inside a block also you can able to access them. Okay, if I want to see the output, like here I have created x is equal to 10, x is equal to hello, or y a constant name is equal to edinet, but I want to see it in the browser. Okay, right now if I run my browser in live server, nothing will be displayed, right? See, nothing has been displayed. But here, if I am planning to see the output, so what are all the different ways to print the output in my web page? Either you can print it or you can display it as an pop-up. So what are all the different ways we are going to see now? Okay, we are actually having 4 different ways. So first one is document dot write. Okay, so document dot write. So inside that we are going to give the value x. So same thing I can use it for y. As well as name. Let me add so if you see the output means this is how it will display without any spaces. Okay. So if you are giving understood. So this is one method by using document.writer. If you want to use different method, yes, someone has put it in the chat. We can use alert or we can use console.log. So if I'm using alert, okay, so let me just comment it. Alert, inside that I just have to pass my variable name. In the alert, we can also give some our own statement also. Okay. See, like that, it will display it as in a pop-up. Okay, in the pop-up, whatever message you have typed inside that particular alert, it will display it here. There I have given x, so it is printing the value of x instead of x if I'm giving some other value. Okay. See there, hello I have given, right? Hello students. Like that, if I'm giving means, see, hello students, it will display it here. Okay, window dot alert or alert, both will work. Okay, when I say window dot means it consider the entire window, so both are correct only. Okay, if you are having knowledge of document object model for JavaScript, then you will know. Okay, why we are specifying it as window dot or document dot. Okay. For window dot, we don't need to specify everything like window dot. Even we are having print also is there. So no need to specify it as window dot print and all, no need to specify. Okay. Third method is console dot log. Okay. So console dot log if I'm giving means same thing. Okay. I'm trying to print the X value. If I check my browser, you will not able to see the output here. So if you are using console.log, then you can able to see the output only in the console. So how to go to the console? So right click and go to the inspect. So we have already seen how to, open the inspect, right? So here in the top, first tab is elements. So next tab, if you are seeing means you can able to see console is present. So here if you click means you can able to see the output here. I'm just zooming my browser so you can able to see the output clearly here. So we can directly type our JavaScript here also, but when you are refreshing this particular page, automatically the variables whatever you have created will also get erased from the memory. Okay, so here itself we can give line by line. For example, here I'm creating directly if I'm giving x. See, when I type the x, automatically it is showing the value of x instead of xy. If I'm giving name means automatically name, whatever value stored in that particular name, it will display it here. If I give enter, I can see the output here. Okay. Likewise, we can perform like directly if I'm giving 20 plus 30, like if you're performing some calculation, anything can be done here itself. Okay. And here we are having control L. We can use control L or we can use this icon to clear your console. Okay. then. So 3 methods we have seen, right? So fourth method, how it will work is, if you want to print it in some particular tag, inside the tag I want to print some value, then what we can do is, in the body tag I'm creating one p tag, okay, and I'm giving some ID for that particular tag, for example text, okay. So from our script, what we can do is document dot, we can get that particular element by the ID. So get element by ID. So here E, B and I are caps. Okay, so we have to maintain the caps ID. Then here we have to give the ID name. Here the ID name is text. Okay, and then dot inner HTML. We have to give dot inner HTML. HTML is caps. Then inside that we can pass some value. We can even type our own value. For example, I'm typing text from JavaScript. Okay. Here it is showing some error. What is the mistake we have done? We can able to see it here also. Cannot set priority of null. Okay, we can do it by different methods. That is not the case here. Okay. Where did I miss the hash here? Actually, in the JavaScript, we don't give that hashtag and all to, find the value. Okay, so you want me to use the separate JavaScript file and I want to run it and show it to you. Fine, that can also be done. So to do that, let me create one separate JavaScript file. Okay. So that you can able to see only the program part, right? So whatever query I have typed here, simply I'm just copying it from here. So now what I have to do is I just have to link the file in this particular script. So just add src here, source, and then type this script.js. Okay, to check whether it is working or not, simply run any code. See, I'm getting the output. So whatever JavaScript code I'm going to type, I will type it in the JS file and we can see the output in the index.html file. Fine. Next. What are all the data types we are having? We can see. So any idea of what are all the data types we are having in the JavaScript? Mm. Basic one is string, we can say, right? It represents like characters. Then we are having number. Okay, we can use it for, you know, whole numbers, we will call it as number. Then we are having Boolean values. So true or false, we used to give. Then in JavaScript, we are having undefined and also we are having null. So can anyone say the difference between undefined and null? Int, float, double string, character, lot of things you have given. Null is equal to 0. Okay, null means nothing. Okay, then undefined means correct. So null means nothing is stored in that particular, no value at all. Okay, that is what we call it as null. When I say undefined, the name itself saying, right, we have not defined anything to that particular variable. So whenever you are creating on particular variable, for example, where a I'm giving. Now, if I try to find the value in the a, then it will return undefined. If I'm trying to print the value. See, it will return me undefined. So otherwise, instead of switching again and again, like if you want means you can type it in the inspect page itself. Like go to the console. Okay. So already a value is undefined, right? Suppose I'm giving a equal to null. Now a value is null. So null means no value at all. Okay. Completely, not undefined, but it is defined with null value. Okay. And later I want to change the value means I can change it. So if I give true, then this will consider as a Boolean value. Okay, we should not give it in quotes. If you are giving true or false means we should not give it in quotes if you want to save it as a Boolean value. Similarly, number, for numbers also we won't use quotes. And then this is string value. Okay, single or double quotes we can use. Now, whatever the last value we have added, that will get updated because I've used same variable name. Okay. Then we are having object. Okay, it represents the instance through which we can access the member. And then we are having array, which represent a group of similar value. Okay, array value, if you are saying means we can have a group of similar values we can have. So likewise, we are having various data types in the JavaScript. Okay, so let us see what are all the operators are there in JavaScript. What are all the operators generally? See, this whatever I'm saying, it is not just limited to the JavaScript. It is common for any programming language, basic programming language. These things are common. So if you are having some basic awareness about any programming language, then you can easily able to answer to these set of questions. Okay. So if you are asking about operators in JavaScript, so what are all the operators in JavaScript? Okay, arithmetic operator, correct. Relational operator, logical operator, assignment operator, comparison operator, bitwise operator. Super. I'm getting a lot of answers. So arithmetic, then comparison. We have bitwise. Bitwise, very 99% we will not use that bitwise operator in any real time. Okay, then we are having logical operator, assignment operator. And we are having some more special operator as well. Right. So when we say arithmetic operators, so what and all will come in the arithmetic operation? Generally in maths, arithmetic operation means we will think only of four. So addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Right. In programming language, we will have some symbols for modulus. Okay. And for power also, we will have some set of symbol. Right. Correct. Mod means like we use the percentage symbol. For arithmetic, the plus symbol we use for addition, minus symbol we use it for subtraction, star we use it for multiplication, and then forward slash we use it for division. So and then this percentage symbol we use it for mod. And for power or exponent we use double star, not single star. We use double star. Okay. And so these are all very basic. So that is why I'm not running and showing you any program for you. Okay. Simply I'm showing what and all symbols we will use. Okay. If you want means we can directly run in our browser and we can check also. We already seen, right? Simply if you want to perform some addition operation, we can able to do, or if you want to find the modulus, 30 divided by 4. This is division, right? If I'm giving the same thing 30 percentage and then 4 if I'm giving means it will return 2, which means the remainder value. If I divide 30 by 4, I will get remainder as 2. Okay. Then exponent like 3 double star 2 if I'm giving means 3 to the power of 2, which is 9. It will display 9. Fine. Similarly, we can use comparison operator. Like comparison if you want to do means I'm creating where a equal to null. Okay, so now I can able to check whether a equal to null. So if it is true means it will return true. Otherwise it will going to return false. Okay. And in JavaScript, we are having another method also, triple equal to also we will use, right? So what is the difference between double equal to and triple equal to? Strictly equal. When I say triple equal to, it will check for the data type as well. To make you understand, suppose I'm creating a equal to 10. Okay. And then I'm creating where b equal to, see here, where a equal to 10, okay, which is an integer data type, but here where b equal to 10, but it is a string data type, but value inside that string is 10 only, right? If I'm trying to compare it with double equal to a equal to b, it will say true because it will not consider the data type. It will only check for the value present inside the codes, which is 10. So 10, 10 matching. So it is saying true. But if you want a strict validation, it should not be a different data type. In that case, what we can do is we can go for a, then triple equal to b. So if I check the same condition with triple equal to, this time it is saying false because both a and b are not having the same data type. Okay, this is integer, this is string. So it will return false only. Okay. Single equal to means assignment. I'm assigning a value at 10 to my variable a. Yes, same data type is not there. That is why it is returning false for me. Otherwise, it will return true. Okay, if I'm having variable C equal to 10. Now if I compare A and C, then obviously it is going to return me true because they are having same data type. Similarly, uh, if you want to check whether it is not equal to, okay, then A not equal to C. I'm checking whether it is going to return false. Similarly, we can use double also, like A not equal to C. Again, this and this differences, again, this will check for the data type as well. It will not check for the data type. Okay, and we can have other comparison like greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Okay, so like that we can perform lot of operation. So these are all used for comparing two values. Okay. So we can also use this comparison for string values as well. It is not only limited for um, numbers. So if you are going for bitwise operator, okay, for that also we can give some example. Bitwise operator. I'm trying to compare. Okay, in bracket I'm just putting 10 equal to 20. Okay, I'm giving. Then I'm trying bitwise and. So we just have to use the symbol and. Okay. I'm checking. So if it is 0 means it is false. If it comes 1, then we can say it as true. So here we can able to see that 10 is equal to 20. Whether it is true, no, it is false. Again 20 equal to 33. Again this condition is false. So both the condition are false. So we are getting 0. In AND, both the condition should be true. Then only it will return true. Right. In case of OR, what will happen? If any one condition is becoming true, then it will take it as true. Right. Same scenario if I'm changing to instead of AND, I'm giving OR. Okay. See, the moment I gave OR, here only one condition is true. 10 equal to 20 is false, but 20 equal to 20 is true. So I'm using OR operator or for comparison. So what it is returning? It is returning me 1. So 1 means it is true. Okay. If you want to find the not, if you want to perform bitwise not, then you have to use the tilde symbol. So tilde, if I'm giving suppose 10, if I'm giving means so it will return like minus 11. Okay, because from 0 it is starting means it will print it as minus 11. So if you know about the one's complement, two's complement and all, you may understand this concept. Okay, anyways, we won't go for this bitwise operator. Instead, what we will do is we will go for the logical operator, right? We will check for the logic and we don't want the value to be written in 0 or 1. Instead, we will return the value in true or false in that way. So for that, what we will do is same symbol only, but instead of giving it one time, we'll give it twice. See, suppose same value I'm putting. Okay, already I have typed, so it is showing. See, instead of giving one and symbol, I just give double and symbol. So automatically, instead of returning me 0, it is returning me false. So instead of and, if I'm giving or, okay, again it is false because both the condition are false. If I'm changing the condition means, so it will return me true. So this is logical and logical or. If you want to know the logical not means, we already know we have to use the exclamatory mark and then if I am saying 10 equal to 20. then it will return true, because 10 equal to 20 is false and opposite of false is true. So it is returning me the true value. Right. Correct, Srikant. We are having XOR is there, left shift, right shift, unsigned right shift, and all is there, but we won't use them often. Okay. And if you are explaining about shifting means, you should know how to convert the values into zeros and ones. You should know about the numbering system, because we have to convert it into binary, and then we have to shift the values. Then we have to print the remaining values. Right. That will be quite complicated. Then for the assignment operator, we just not only have equal to, but also we can use, shorten property as well. Like for example, I'm saying 10. Okay. And I'm planning to add some value. Okay. Instead of doing like this, a equal to a plus 20. Instead of doing like this, what we can do is simply we can give a plus equal to 20. But if I run this, means what will be my output? Already I have added a plus 20, which now the value of a is 30. Now if I give enter, 30 plus 20, okay, 50 will be printed here. Same thing we can do it for subtraction, multiplication. Suppose I'm giving a star equal to 10. Then in this case, what will be my output? My output is going to be 500, because 50 into, yes, 500. So if I go and check my a value, it is going to be 500. Okay. Likewise, we can do it for division, modulus. Okay, suppose I'm doing for modulus. A modulus equal to, basically it will perform that particular operation and storing the result value inside the variable whichever. So right now the value of a is equal to 0. Okay, because I tried to divide it with 5. Okay. Now let us see in the JavaScript, we are having the conditional statement. So what we call it as conditional statement in JavaScript? If statement we are having, or we can use if else statement, or we can use if else if statement, which means if you are using only if statement, it will check for the condition. If that condition is true, then it will go inside the block. If the condition is false, it will not execute anything. It will go to the remaining program. In case if you are using if else, let me go to the code. Conditional statement. So if you are using only if, inside that you will pass the condition. If the condition is true, it will go inside the block. If it is false, it will not execute anything. In case of if else, if the condition, if condition become false, then automatically it will execute the else statement. If else if is, again, if you want to check more than one condition, then what we can do is we can go for the third method. If else if, again you will give on another condition. If all the conditions are getting false, then we will finally go for the else. Okay. And in JavaScript, we are also having switch. For conditional statements, we are also having switch. So in this case, switch, we give the condition. So inside the, we will have case. Okay. So whichever case is getting true, that will get executed. And to break the statement, we will use like. Okay. So let us see it with some example. Here flower bracket represent to block. Okay, I gave it in single line. Maybe if I execute one program, you will understand. Okay. For example, I'm checking the age of a particular student. Okay. For example, we can take uh, voting. Okay. The age of the student should be greater than 18, greater than or equal to 18, right? That is the eligibility for putting vote. So I'm creating a variable age equal to, I'm saying 20 is the person's age, and I'm checking the condition. If the given age is greater than or equal to 18, then what I will do is in my document, I mean, in my web page, I will print document.write eligible to vote. Okay. So if I check my output, see here you can able to see eligible to vote is showing. In case that person's age is less than 18, okay, that person age is only 16. Now if I go and check my browser, I will not see any output, right? So how the user will know whether the given data is correct or not, if they are not getting any proper output? So in that case, what we can do is we can give the else statement. So in that I will give document.write not eligible. Simply I'm giving not eligible. So whenever this condition is getting false, automatically the statement in the else block is getting executed. Okay, for else we don't have any condition. So whatever condition is getting false, automatically else block will get true. Okay. You are not able to see my screen now, but it is visible. I think you have to check your internet speed. Okay, fine. In case this one condition is not enough for me, okay, I want to check multiple condition. So either we can go for the logical operator method, like we can give multiple condition in a single um, if itself, or you are having different condition. Okay, in that case we can go for the different scenario. For example, what we can add, 18 is given, right? Mm, mm. Or shall we take different scenario? So instead of the IDE, could you please run program in browser? Okay, you want to use only the browser. Okay, we can directly run the same program in the browser also. But problem is like each and every line, if you are typing enter, okay, if you want to go to next line, suppose, then it will be little bit difficult. That is why I prefer to use it in editor. Okay, because whenever you enter, automatically that line will get executed. Okay, my condition is okay. Here you can use document, or you can, if you want me, you can use console also, no issue. If I'm giving console means output will be displayed in the console itself. Okay, I'm printing the right. Or if you want me, you can use alert also. This is the problem. Like before writing the else statement, it got executed. So what we have to do is we have to start your else from the ending of this code. For example, you have to type here, then you have to start the else. Then you have to start typing your else code. In case that condition is becoming false, then document dot write. Okay, if I click enter means automatically the program will, that particular portion will get closed and it will start executing the program. See, eligible. Why? Because I'm getting multiple eligibles because I executed the code again and again. Okay, that is the problem. And when I refresh, all my code will get disappear. This is the reason I'm not going for directly typing here. But if you want means I will run it in the IDE and then again I will copy and paste it and show it to you in the browser as well if needed. Okay. So else if when we can use this, instead of age, I'm going for marks. Okay, marks of the student I'm going. So instead of age, I'm just giving the mark. So based on the mark, I'm going to give the grade to that particular student. Okay, the student has scored 80. Okay, I'm saying if the mark is greater than or equal to maybe 90. Here we can set another condition also if you want. So for that I'm using and it should be less than or equal to 100. Okay, because student will not get more than 100 marks, right? It will be 0 to 100 only. So in case by mistake someone has given 180 also, it should not say okay the student has scored a grade or not. So in that case we can give two conditions. So if this will check for both the condition, both the condition is true only, it will return true. In our case, this will become false because the marks scored by the student is 80 only, right? So A grade. In case it is true means it will print A grade. Else, let the else be like that. I'm giving else if. Again, I have to specify the mark if it is greater than or equal to 80. Here, again, you don't need to specify, whether the mark is less than or equal to 89 because automatically it is considered as it is less than 90 only. Why? Because first condition itself, it is becoming false. The mark which I have given is not greater than 90, we have found. So no need to again mention like, no need to mention like this mark less than or equal to 89. Like that, you don't need to mention. Simply, you can stop it with greater than or equal to 80. If that condition is becoming true, then document dot write. Single quote, double quote doesn't matter here now. Okay, B grade. Likewise, how many condition you want, you can give. Finally, last condition will be just for our understanding, I'm just giving failed. So the mark obtained, like if it is less than 80, yeah, then it will print it as fail as per this scenario. If you want me, you can add as many else if condition as you want. Okay. So this is where we use based on the scenario, you can go with only if or if else or this if else. Okay. Let's see one program for switch. Okay, this you understood, right? So I'm just commenting it. Switch is not available in most of the programming language. Only few languages will have this switch conditional statement. Okay, so the syntax will be like this. So switch, and we will give the scenario. For example, what scenario we can take? You want me to repeat the if else if or the switch? I think you yourself are discussing like whether. See, in JavaScript, we don't define the data type, students. We don't need to specify the data type. Automatically, it will detect. It is an implicit method. Like older programming, if you are going like C, C++, Java, in that case, we have to specify what data type it is. So based on the data type, it will allocate some memory location. Suppose if I'm saying int means, okay, 2 bytes allocated for integer. Character means 1 byte. Like that, it will assign some memory, okay, memory size. Then that similar data only we can able to store it in that particular variable. If I'm assigning, for your understanding, I'm saying, suppose I'm saying int a, then I can able to store integer value. The whole numbers only I can able to store it in the variable a. If I'm trying to store, float value, then also it will accept only the decimal. It will not accept the decimal point. Suppose I'm trying to uh, assign value 10.5 means it will only take 10. Okay, it will store only 10. But if I'm trying to store a string value, okay, then it will not allow, because we have created an variable with a different data type, int data type, but we are trying to store it in with string data type, so it will not accept. So to avoid this only, nowadays in most of the programming language, we don't need to specify the data type. So dynamically we can change the data type. One time it can be 10, another time it can be a string value, again another time it can be a fraction value. So it won't create any problem. Okay, if you are checking the data type also, what is the exact data type which is stored in that particular variable, that alone it will display to you. Okay, so you don't need to worry about assigning the data types. Size will expand depend upon how much value you are adding. Okay. Okay, we are talking about the switch, right? For example, drink I'm taking. Okay, I'm creating a variable drink equal to okay, otherwise chocolate, let me. Or let me say 7 up. Okay. And in this switch, what I will do is I will check for the drink. Okay. And I will write the case. In case if the user has typed case as 7 up, then that particular block will get executed. Either you can type it in a single line. If you are going for multiple line, means this is indentation is important. Okay. The case after that indentation will be there. Inside that only you have to start typing. So document.write. Okay. And then we have to give break. So why we are giving break is otherwise it will start executing the remaining case as well. Okay. In case the user is going for some other sprite, if that not my favorite, like that. Simply just for your understanding, I'm just creating like this. Okay, like how we are having if else if, like that. We can have as many case as we want. Each case should be completed with the break keyword, so it will stop this particular block. Then, like how we are having else, similarly here also we can have default. Okay, we are having default. Here we can specify in case all the condition are getting false. Okay, instead of giving 7-up or sprite, I have given Maza. Something like that I have given, means that time what should happen. So for that, document.write, wrong choice. So now if I check my output, see, it is showing me wrong choice because I have given it as Maza. So instead of giving Maza, if I am giving 7-up, so it will print it as my favorite drink. Okay. In case if I forgot to give the break here, means what will happen is this line also will be printed, this line also will get printed. Okay, continuously it will start printing. See, my favorite drink, not my favorite drink, like that it will print. So to avoid that only, we are giving the break. And there is a difference between break and continue is there. When I say continue, it will start executing from the beginning of my code. Mostly we will use that break, continue and all in the looping statement. Suppose you are executing a particular set of code 50 times, 100 times, and you want to break somewhere or you want to continue the loop, skip a particular portion, then we can go for the break or a continue keyword. Okay. Okay. Now, okay, someone has asked how to take the value using the input tag from the website. So we can actually get value from the user. Till now, we are giving the value directly in our JavaScript, right? But that is not the scenario, going to be the scenario all the time. Agreed. What will happen every time user will enter? So depend upon how the user is entering the value, the output is going to change, right? So we can use two methods. Either we can use the input method to get the value from the user, or we can use the prompt function. So in the prompt also, if you are entering some message, means you can able to get some value from the user. Okay. Let's see one example for that then. Okay, so we can either get the value, or if you want, means we can even assign the value also. Okay, so let us do that as well. Mostly what we will do is we will create a form. Okay. And then in the form, we will get the input from the user. And then that value we will pass it into our JavaScript. Then from that JavaScript, we will perform some operation. Okay. So let us do that. I'm creating one form here. Okay. Right now, we are not going to perform any action. Okay. But we can give on submit. Okay. Because when the form is getting submitted, when I click the button, submit button, what should happen? So that we can give it in this particular area. Before that, I will create the form, simple form like name, age, email ID, like that. I will create one simple form. Okay. Already we have seen form creation in previous session or not. I'm not sure. Okay. Let me create one. Okay. Input text given. Here it is not necessary that we have to give both name and ID. Okay, if we are working on the backend means that time this name it is needed. Right now, if you are having only ID also, it is fine. Okay, if you are getting confused means we can remove this name also, because for name as well as ID, I'm giving the same only, right? So we can go with any one. And finally, you can give one submit. Okay, name, age only I have taken. If you want me, you can give an email ID, anything. So input, type submit. Okay, here in the form, we can use an attribute called on submit. So when I click on submit, what should happen? So that I can give it here. Simply, I just have to give the function name. Okay. So we are having various options. So on submit, I'm giving. And I'm giving the function name. So this function name, whatever function name I'm going to give here, that name only I have to use in my script as well. Okay, so I'm just giving my function. Okay. So till now we haven't seen how to create a function. So along with this, we will see how to create a function also. So we have to use the keyword called function, and then we have to give the function name. So my function. Okay. So inside the C bracket, we can, if we are passing any value means we can give that parameter and argument. Right now we are not passing anything, so we can leave it empty. And inside the curly bracket, we have to get the value. So to get the value, so this was the question, right? So I'm getting var, okay, same thing, name equal to. So what you have to type is document dot, already I have shown you, right? Get element by ID. So based on the element, I'm going to get the ID, and the ID is going to be equal to, the ID is name. Okay. Here what I have to do is along with that dot value. So what this will do is whatever value you are typing in this particular form, that value it will collect and it will store it in the variable called name. Same thing, var age is equal to document dot get element by ID. So ID is going to be age dot value. Okay. In this way, we can get the value, or in some cases, we can even put the value also. Okay. Instead of, form, if I'm using some p tag and I want to print the value here. Okay. And then for this, I'm giving an ID. Text. So whatever value I've got here, if I am planning to print it in that particular p tag, I can use that method also. Okay. Here two values I have got, right? Simply just to understanding, I have showed you how to get the value from the form using the input. If I want to print it means document dot get element by ID. So this time my ID is going to be the text dot value is equal to. So in the quotes, I'm giving like a okay, my name is plus the name value whichever I have got from the form plus and the age is. So this is what going to be printed in my p tag. Okay, let's run and check. So form is here. I'm just giving the name. Okay. I haven't given document dot write, right? Otherwise, simply first I will print and check whether the values are getting printed or not. See, the values is getting printed. Okay, my name is so and so, and the age is fine. So we have seen how to create a function also. So whenever you are getting function, you have to call that particular function. In case if you want to call the function directly from the JavaScript means you have to mention the function name here. Then only it will called automatically. Okay. Otherwise it will not be called. Then you don't need to give this here. So like also we can able to do. Okay. Okay, want me to explain about the project? Okay, have they already shared you the project details with you? Like, have they shared you the link for that particular project? No, sir, not yet. Okay, then let me just. Yeah, yeah, I got it. Like instead of dot value, I have to use dot inner HTML. I understood that. I don't wanted to show it that way. So this is the just a minute. So this is the project you are going to work with. I guess my screen is visible to you all. So you all are going to create a portfolio website. Okay. So I think links and all will be shared to you in your respective groups. Okay. All you need to do is you just have to watch the video. Okay. Then you have to try to execute the same project. So all of you has to do the same project, which is nothing but the portfolio project. So first it will give you the intro and it will have a start button. So you just have to click on the start button and it will start explaining about the program. So here, only thing is you cannot skip the video. Okay, you cannot skip or move forward or backward option is not available. Whenever a particular video is over, you just have to click the next step. Okay, first three things is about about this course and then learning objective, what all you will learn out of this course. Here, as I have already told, if you are having a prior knowledge of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and lit Bootstrap, then you can able to easily create this particular portfolio website. Only thing is here, uh, they have created generally. Okay, with common terms they have used. When you are creating, don't like copy paste, like you watch one line immediately you are typing in your program. Don't do like that. Try to understand the code, try to understand, and then um, you know try to implement your own ideas and create portfolio for your own purpose. You create your own portfolio. Okay, not which we have showed here, but it should be a portfolio website and you have to use the bootstrap framework. Okay. Mm, got it, sir. Is it needed to mention our personal details in that? It is good to mention your own details in your portfolio website, because later you are all college students, right? Later you can work on that portfolio, and you can even host it in some website like GitHub and all is there. If you're hosting, it means when you are going for a job interview, you can add that particular link in your resume, so they can view your uh, resume, okay, the portfolio which you have created through the online itself. I think how to submit those things will be discussed later. I think in the next session, actually completely will be dedicated for all your Q&A and then the project discussion. So that time maybe they will be explaining about how to submit your project. Those things will be discussed, I guess. This particular program is based on the Bootstrap only, so try to use the Bootstrap framework itself. Okay, maybe your project will get reviewed. So that time, if you are using different thing and if you're not getting your certification, means it will be difficult. Okay, you can go with this same. That is why they are providing you this pre-recorded video. From this pre-recorded video, you have to learn and then you have to recreate your website. In case if you are thinking, okay, sir, my mobile number, my personal details, I'm not interested to share, then you can give some dummy data. Okay, if it is very confidential and you don't want to share it with others. Okay, and remaining, like if you are planning to create it as an official website and you are going to host it in GitHub, then give some valid data. Okay. How to get my website link? Not see, with the help of Bootstrap, we can able to create the web page in a less time that we have already know, right? So we also use little bit of HTML. Definitely, we cannot copy and paste all the code from Bootstrap template. You should have a basic knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to add your own. Like there, they will have some default set of colors only. So if you want to add some different colors, different styling, if you want to override the existing style script, then you should know how to use it, right? I guess for you only this particular page only given. In case if you are going for FED, like I don't know whether it is allowed for you. We are going to FED page means actually we will have three different project, but for you it is only portfolio site. Okay. So if you are knowing CSS only, you can able to add styling. If you are knowing JavaScript only, you can add more interaction in your page. It's up to you. If you are not using Bootstrap and if you want to do it from the scratch only with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, you are free to do. Okay, but just see how you can do it with Bootstrap also. It will actually save your time as well. If you're spending 1 hour on creating a form, okay, with the help of Bootstrap, we can create it within 10 to 15 minutes. Only thing is you just have to copy paste some set of code, you have to modify, you have to add what are all the input you want. That's all. With all the styling, everything, you can able to see the output. Isn't it easy? Actually, I can understand your query. Like, who was that? Snake already, but I don't think you can share your screen in this meeting to do all those things, I guess. In the mail, it is showing like you have completed, right? And you are having digital certificate pending. I think it will redirect you to some other page, some other website. In that, you have to again sign in with your Google. Then only you can able to, enable your digital badge that will get reflected in your skill bell. Uh, if you are having any link for that course which you have completed, you can share it in the chat. Maybe I will try it from my side because I'm also having skill bill account. Maybe I will try it and show if immediately possible. So how to connect CSS file and JavaScript file. Simple. Here how I have connected. I just use the script. Okay, script. This is for browser understanding. Type as text/JavaScript. Source, we have given the file name script.js. In case if we are having an external CSS file you want to use means we have to give link. Okay, rel we have to give it as a style sheet, and href we have to give the file name. Okay, if it is in the same directory. What is not easy? Can anyone please share the Telegram? Sir, can you please share the output of our project? I think I can't share the output of the project because I'm not having the source code of it. Okay. And the problem is I cannot skip the video also. How to use Bootstrap? Okay, that I will show it to you. Okay, let us see Bootstrap little bit. So we can go to the official website of the Bootstrap. Okay, just type Bootstrap or get started Bootstrap. Okay, here in the official website, getbootstrap.com, go to the documents. Okay, here quick start option is there, right? In that second, include Bootstrap CSS and JavaScript. Both CSS and then JavaScript file will be there. So simply copy this to clipboard. Just click on that icon. Then go to your file and then paste. So it will give you a basic template of. Okay, so here you can able to see. Here it has linked two files. So one is the CSS file and another one is JavaScript file. As I told, they linked the JavaScript file in the end of the body because in this JavaScript file we will have lot of functions, so it will take lot of time to execute it. So we should do as it is. Like you can take it as a reference, okay, as how they have done, and you can add your own way of, if they have used one style means you can use another style. That is up to you. You can create your own portfolio as you wish. Use Bootstrap as a helping tool. Okay. I think by next week or the another week, you have to finish all your projects and you have to submit it. I guess next week you will have the discussion about the project. In this week itself, they will share you the some feedback form and this link for the pre-recorded videos. So you will start doing that. In the next session, you have to say if you are facing any difficulty after watching the video, some features are not working. In that case, we will have the discussion. So next session will be completely like a discussion part. Even then also, if you are not able to complete it, means individually we will try to connect. See, whatever you are sharing like to 121.0, that will not work because that is local host. If you click on that link, nothing will open. See, cannot get this, how it will display. Okay. Either you can use this link method in the Bootstrap, or if you want me, you can download this file. Like if I click on this particular link, press the control button, and then if you click on the link means it will open the page like this. Simply you can copy this. Okay, copy this entire code, and then you can create one new file. And you can paste it here. So what is the difference? Like what is the use of, you know, either creating it as a separate file or a link is, if you are using it as a link and if you are not having internet connection means that time it will be difficult for you to see the output, expected output you will not get. In case if you are going with the, offline version like this, if you are copy pasting means then you don't need to worry about the internet and all. It will run locally. Every time it doesn't need to fetch the file from the internet. Okay, I think someone has created. It is showing 404 error. Srikanth, have you created, have you uploaded your files properly and created this page? Can you provide link of portfolio? Wow, nice. So this you have done based on that pre-recorded video, I guess, yes. So this is how the output will look like. So students who are not aware of what will be the output of that pre-recorded video. So more or less, this is going to be the output of that video. Okay, he has used the same kind of image, I guess. So hi there, a professional web developer. Home, about services, portfolio, contact. So home, this is home. So when I click on the about, so it will say all the, I think, see about you have not properly linked, I guess, because, okay, more or less it is kind. See here, you have used a random, lorem and all, right? Instead of this, use your own data. Then only if you are putting it in the GitHub means, you can share this link in your resume. Okay, whichever company you are applying for, you can share it with your friends. Like that you can do. Okay, so click here for portfolio. Already it is portfolio, right? Mm. We have created about section, services. Okay, again, it is easy to create like this, but you just have to give values to services. Means what type of services you are providing. Are you providing any services? If not, maybe you can change it to achievements, or you can even add certifications if you have done those things we can give. And in the portfolio part, we created portfolio part. See here also you have used different cards, right? In the portfolio part, what you can do is what and all projects you have done. Okay, using this HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, or your own project based on React, front end, back end, whatever projects you have done, you can put the preview of that image of that project, and you can give some description about that particular project. Okay, and then contact details. See, contact details you have created. So this links and all, I guess it is working link. So like that you can share all your details. I think LinkedIn. Okay, you have linked to the LinkedIn profile. So like
Vignesh sir,
this.
thank you so much for providing students with so much of clarity on the project side thing and also on the concept of front end development. I guess now it's a time for us to leave the meeting because the students do have asked a lot of queries, and if they have other queries, they can ask it in the WhatsApp, in the Telegram group as well. So students, it's going to be 5:30. As you all know, the duration was for 2 hours. So we are reaching to that duration. Let us all, continue with working on the project work and doing the courses on IBM Skillsville platform. In case you have any doubt and queries, please feel free to reach out to us. We are going to come up with an alternatives for you people to ask your doubts from the mentors on one-on-one. Okay. So we'll be working on those things. One-on-one means that we'll provide you with an opportunity to fill a Google form or to fill a questionnaire where you can actually write your doubts and queries, and we will be sharing it with the mentors and they can answer you. Okay. So we are going to work on these things, but for the timing, it's a request to each one of you to please continue working on the project side thing and continue working on the courses on Skillsville platform. Today, you will receive a message from our side on the Telegram group where we will share with you the project topic and the project topic videos. Okay. Do not forget to mark your attendance. It is very much important for you to mark your attendance whenever you attend any session. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. It was nice having all of you together in the session. Thank you, everyone. Chanbaswa sir, we can start with the other one. I'm closing this one. We can start the next one.
Sure, Anish. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.